Taking a look at the grid for the British Grand Prix, Sebastian Vettel clinched pole position by 7/10 of a second around the Silverstone circuit to home favourite Lewis Hamilton. The Mercedes driver, although unhappy with that pole position, has a decent chance of battling Vettel into turn 1. Further down, Red Bull driver Daniel Ricciardo took 3rd, with Felipe Massa in 4th. Aarava headed Rosberg on row 3, both 8th and 11th tenth off the pace respectively, with Daniel Kvyat and Kimi Raikkonen on row 4. McLaren driver Jenson Button and Williams driver Valtteri Bottas rounded out the top 10. Can Hamilton, Button or Aarava please their home fans by appearing on the top step tomorrow, or will Ferrari driver Sebastian Vettel ruin the show with another dominating performance? Next up, it's the British Grand Prix.
Right, we are back from the summer break of this F1 season. Time to stretch out the old limbs, get ready and get back into the action zone. We're here for the British Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix. We've qualified in 5th place, which is okay. Would have liked to get up there, you know, maybe in the front row for the home crowd, but unfortunately just didn't have the pace. Again, over the summer, our team's been working hard, but they've promised the upgrades will come eventually, but unfortunately none of the upgrades have come for this race, so our car is pretty much as was before the summer break in Hungary, but the team assure me the upgrades are coming and hopefully our car can be a bit more competitive, especially on the straights where in Hungary we lacked a lot. But I also think that was due to my setup. This time round we've gone for a bit of a lower downforce setup, which might not actually help us because, as you can see, clouds in the sky, usual British weather. It might be raining here, but we're in P5. We're qualified ahead of our rival in the championship so far, Kimi Raikkonen, so he's down in, I think it was P7 or P8, so that's pretty damn good. His teammate, though, is on P1, so I doubt he's going to have the pace for around P7. I think he will be trying his best to come through the field, but we're going to load the setup as usual here for the British Grand Prix. We're going to look at the setup. I think it's going to be, a 2-stop, option prime. Now, I remember that we can try and do a 1-stop potentially, but as I said, it's overcast. Track conditions will be a bit colder, so that might also factor into it. And also, if it does rain at some point, that will just throw this entire strategy out the window anyway. But if it is going to stay dry and just overcast, then we may have to do the 2-stop because the colder conditions may hinder us a little bit in keeping the tyres. Although it might help us because we might not get any thermal tyre wear in that sense, but we'll have to see. But we're starting the option tyres, the one we've qualified on, and I don't think there's much else to say, but let's go to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix, my home Grand Prix. Let's go to 5 red lights for the home Grand Prix. Let's see what we can do in front of this home crowd. Not an absolute amazing start once more. Rosberg's got ahead of us now. We all bunch up. You can see definitely now the clouds are very, very ominous and dark. You couldn't really tell on the pit straight, but now it definitely is very obvious. Let's try maybe hang around the outside of Rosberg. Yes, get in. We've got Rosberg up into 5th place now, back where we qualified, but he's going to have a good run on us, I suspect. Let's see. I'm going to try down the inside again. Raikkonen is already up to P7 there behind Rosberg. We're going to squeeze Rosberg out though. He tried to make a move around the outside. Yellow flag. Oh, did Rosberg spin it? Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at a replay of that. I think maybe it was a little bit of contact with Rosberg, but I didn't feel anything on my car, and I certainly didn't see him in my mirrors, anywhere near me. Right, so here we are taking a look at Nico Rosberg's incident. He goes round my outside, tries to make the move stick, doesn't quite work, and then his car seemingly slows down here. He gets hit by Raikkonen. The 2 tyres touch the front left and Raikkonen's rear right, and that's a really unfortunate incident for Nico Rosberg. Something clearly broken with his car, and that's really, really bad for him because he was level on points with Vettel in the championship, so that's going to hurt him quite a lot. But now we need to concentrate back on the racing at hand here as Raikkonen goes down my inside. He's going to get me down the inside here, so the Ferraris really have some great pace. Obviously Vettel on pole there, but I think he's actually lost the position. I think Hamilton's in the lead now of this Grand Prix, and as he should be, the home Grand Prix, he's also going to be spurring on. So let's hope maybe we can try and make it 2 Brits on the podium, and hopefully I'm the one on the top step, but we'll have to see about that. The Ferraris have got good pace. We need to get past Raikkonen first to then get on the back of that little scrap here, although I could just hang with Raikkonen and use him for a little DRS tow. It is so dark though, so I definitely think it will rain at some point in this race, which is going to spice things up as well. As you can see from Hungary, our pains have not gone away. The Ferrari engine is so powerful at the moment this season. I do not know what sort of upgrades they've had, but clearly we're a little bit down in power, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure this is giving Jensen some flashbacks to what he had in the previous year. Right, we've caught up a lot in Maggins and Beckett. Looks like we've got the measure over the drivers in this sector, apart from going wide a little bit there, but our car definitely is quite solid on the chassis front, so it's just this straight line speed we need to kind of sort out for the next race. I don't exactly know why it's dropped off since the beginning of the season. Raikkonen goes around the outside of Massa. What a move there. He's completely done Massa, and now I'll close up on Massa. Let's see if we can get Massa. Can be a bit vulnerable. He's just been overtaken once. Let's see if we can try and make it a second time as Hamilton gets a blistering lap time there. And we're only doing a 136. I'm pretty sure that was a 135 for him, or I think, unless my eyes are misinforming me. But we're right behind Massa. We should have DRS here within 1 second, so let's make sure we get a tight exit of this corner. Right, we're considerably closer to him and Raikkonen going through to the old turn 1 than we were in the previous lap, and we caught up quite a lot through Maggins and Beckett. So let's see, make that a good turn, good run. We could get him here. Oh, Massa goes quite slow in that first part and the second part. I'm having to brake in the middle of the corner where you really just want to be engine braking, not actually properly braking, but we're right on the back of him now with DRS slipstream. The Williams is a slippery car, but I think with DRS and this good slipstream, can we hang it down the inside? I'm going to have to try and push him wide a little bit. Oh, I try my best. He's still there, though. He's holding the line. Locked up. But that lockup might just help me. And it has, that lockup. Even though maybe slowed me down a little bit, it did maybe force Massa's hand and maybe scared him out of making that move down the inside. But he's going to try again down the inside of turn 1. He looks at it. He looks at it. He had a little snap of he had a little snap there at my heels through turn 1. I gave him enough room, I felt, through turn 1, so I think he just really couldn't actually completely stay with me there. That would have been an accident if he kind of stayed in there. Right, now we need to get away from him and start closing back up on Raikkonen. I don't know about you guys, it looks like it's getting actually a little bit sunnier, actually. I think it's a little bit brighter here in this sector right now through Maggins and Beckett, so maybe the rain is going to go away. I didn't really know the forecast of the weather, so maybe the clouds are going to part and we're going to have a sunny race instead of a damp one. The good thing is all the top runners are pretty much on the same straight near enough. I mean, by the time I get onto that beginning of the back straight on the exit of Beckett's, as I run very wide there, the top runners are coming through that long right-hander, so we're pretty much on the same straight. Now, who's that? Vettel pits. Vettel's pit. Very early pit stop from Vettel. When are we pitting? We're pitting lap 7. So, again, pretty early pit stop. Although, oh, Jesus, that was some bad tyre wear there. Can we look at that again? Right. Tyre wear showing yellow, but the tyres still feel pretty okay, so we'll have to see about that. Obviously, we saw in Hungary, the Ferraris pitting very, very early. And really, that didn't actually work out for them because my teammate managed to do one less stop than them in Hungary. I managed to make it work. So we need to be a bit cautious here and see. If it is going to be sunny, we could maybe possibly go for the 1 stop, which is going to be difficult, but entirely possible. Yeah, our pace has really dropped off. There's now a 5-second gap to Raikkonen, so I think we're sort of forced to pit because our pace is just shocking right now at the moment. So we're going to come in, prime tyres, and we'll see how we go from there. Right, into the pit box. Let's make this a good start. Come on, guys. 2.5. Not amazing. We have been able to do 2.2s this season, so we need to step it up a little bit, especially here at Silverstone. Vettel sets a fast lap at the Grand Prix, so that's sort of confirming to me that he's gone onto the option tyres for his second stint. So we are going to have a bit of an uphill battle at the moment on this second stint, because we're going to be on the slower tyre compared to probably most of the drivers who will go on options. But crucially, we'll then be faster at the end on the last stint. One thing I do remember is these orange wool hard tyres take ages to actually rubber in and heat up fully here at Silverstone, so I can expect maybe 5 laps of pain here with the prime tyres before they really start to yield any good lap times. Right, there we go, up into P5 once again, so all drivers have now made their first pit stop. I'm on primes. I'm pretty sure everyone around me, at least in the top, I would say 7 are on option tyres as Rosberg sets a fast lap there. Vettel's already set one. Raikkonen is pulling away yet again. think Vettel just went out the race. So Sebastian Vettel is out of this Grand Prix. So that has thrown everything a little bit out of the whack and right into Mercedes' hands, because Mercedes are now 1-2. And Raikkonen's the only gunner near them now in third place to try and overtake them. Right, so here's a replay camera of the incident with Sebastian Vettel, so let's find out what happened. So you can see Lewis Hamilton just there, just flashing by in first place, Vettel in second, and then Daniel Ricciardo in third place. Ricciardo will have DRS at this point, and as will Vettel, I assume, and Vettel will try and close up on Hamilton. I'm guessing he has some sort of collision maybe with Ricciardo behind him as Ricciardo gets very, very close to him. Vettel seemingly doesn't catch up to Mercedes, which is quite surprising there, and now, okay, Vettel pulls over, seemingly retiring from the Grand Prix, I'm guessing. So perhaps Vettel was told on the team radio that he had an issue with ERS or his engine was failing that needs to protect it, but that is how he got out of the Grand Prix. Yellow flag. What's that for? Ricciardo's into P2, Raikkonen's now into first. Okay, so that means Rosberg wasn't even 1-2 then. So Mercedes didn't have it 1-2. I was mistaken then. Rosberg is somewhere down below me. So it was only Hamilton. It was Hamilton and Ricciardo and Raikkonen. Right, intriguing. Okay, so I don't know what happened to Rosberg then. Also, my gap now is only 3.8 to Ricciardo, where it was previously like 9 seconds to Raikkonen on the previous lap. So I think that overtake for the lead from Raikkonen may have not just been an overtake, but maybe a crash. Either way now, I've caught up to these Manor cars who are being lapped. Stevens, what on earth are you doing? That was probably the worst place to... I think his engine's blown up. Okay, fair enough, Stevens. I think your engine just blew up there from the cloud of smoke. But we're now into first place, and I don't know how that was exceeding track limits on the exit of that corner. But we're into first place now. Ricciardo and Raikkonen pit. We now see how long we can go. And then on to the option tyres. Also now, Hamilton is in effective the lead of the Grand Prix again. And he's probably got a good cushion now, since Ricciardo and Raikkonen definitely did lose time there. And yet another replay camera to look at for this Grand Prix to see what happened with Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Raikkonen. So you can see here, Daniel Ricciardo at the moment is in second place, Kimi Raikkonen behind him in third place. So this is what happens to Ricciardo. He's coming along, all seemingly fine, and then the Manor car spins Daniel Ricciardo out. They have a bit of almost like a tyre side wall glitch with the tyre, and they both spin out simultaneously, and that means that Ricciardo has moved down to third place and loses a heap of time to me behind. Right, into the pits we come for our last set for the option tyres. White wall. We'll have, what's that? 8 laps, well 7 laps basically to try and push. We've got, I believe we have quite a bit of fuel, plus 1.02, so that's going to give us about maybe 2.5 laps of full rich mix before we go to the optimum level. So going to plenty of chance to try and overtake them, hopefully. At least, if not Hamilton, then at least maybe Ricciardo, I would guess, as he did have that crash with Raikkonen, and also and maybe Raikkonen himself. Although Ricciardo is, okay, there he is. So Ricciardo actually only just overtook us there. So he's going to be maybe 5 seconds ahead of us max. That is possible. 5 seconds in 7 laps. We can do that on fresh options versus his primes. Right, here we go. 4 laps left. We are within the DRS zone. So within 1 second of that man, Daniel Ricciardo. And we are vying to try and get second place here. Second place? Yeah, we're trying to get second place. Okay, I don't know who went out of the Grand Prix, but we've now got 18 drivers in the Grand Prix. So someone has gone out, either Kimi Raikkonen or it's Lewis Hamilton. I'm not too sure it is, but this is then going to be now for second place. Right, 3 laps to go. Here we are, finally, right behind Daniel Ricciardo, within 1 second of him. And that is second place there. Yes, second place. 18 runners in this Grand Prix now. Someone has gone out. I can't tell who it is from the standings at the moment. It'll have to pop up at some point, but I don't know who it is. But this is now for second place. We've already got the podium. Can we go into the second step of it? Let's go into Le Fil. Let's make this a nice tight corner. Really ride the curb right behind him. I wonder, maybe, can we get him on the exit of Le Fil here? We just get a good enough exit. No, he actually gets a much better exit than us, but we'll get a run on him. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to be too quick and rapid through Magnus and Beckett. So let's see once more, closing just every corner we're closing. We've just got so much better grip, much fresher tyres here than Daniel Ricciardo. Can we try and make a move, I wonder, into Beckett's at some point? It's going to be close. It's going to be like the one with Massa. We're going to have to probably hang back behind him and then take him on the main straight as we get a better, tighter racing line. He's on prime tyres, worn prime tyres at this point. DRS, slipstream, move to the right-hand side of the track, and we have got him for second place of the Silverstone Grand Prix, the British Grand Prix, and we're into second place. And look at that, Lewis Hamilton is in first place. It will be a 1-2 for British drivers then if it stays like this, and that's crucial as well. Kimi Raikkonen is out of this Grand Prix. That is absolutely just so bad for Ferrari. A double retirement there. Vettel and Raikkonen out of the Grand Prix, and for Raikkonen, well, that means 18 points on him to his 0. So I'm going to get an even bigger lead in the championship now. So I said at the beginning of the season, you know, the 14 race calendar, it's all about consistency. It's all about also, you know, getting the luck there and finishing these races. And so far, no one has really been able to do that apart from me, and maybe you could say Button to an extent, but his pace has dropped off for the last few races, so he hasn't been able to capitalize fully on that. But now we're also seeing the resurgence of Hamilton and also Rosberg, you must say, in qualifying at least. I mean, the race today had some poor luck, but Hamilton's definitely got a bit of a resurgence in him, and it could get very tasty towards the end. I think he might even overtake Raikkonen by the end of this championship. Although it's not all over yet, as you can see, Ricciardo in the mirrors here. Now, obviously, by the time we get to lap 26, my option tyres will wear out, and Ricciardo is able to keep up with me within 1 second. So it's not over yet for the fight for second place. We'll see what Ricciardo can do. He's gaining, but not enough on this straight. So far, so good. All right, Ricciardo again right behind me through Max and Beckett's here, and my tyres are just starting to go off a little bit. I can't get the proper turn exit for this second part. Through the middle part, it's fine, but on the exit of Beckett, it just can't get the same turn in I was able to when I overtook Ricciardo. Now, Ricciardo, I'm going to go down the inside. He goes down the inside. He pushes his way through. He's not having any of it. He doesn't want the outside, but I'm going to go on the outside. Is he going to give me the room? We tap tyres, though. I'm just trying to make sure he knows I'm there, because he nearly completely squeezed me out. Can we make him move down the inside? We're locked up, side by side. Going to give him the room on the inside. Oh, just about make it. Just about keep ahead of him. 1 lap to go in this Grand Prix, and it looks like Ricciardo is definitely up for it. He's very aggressive there. Aggressively not wanting to give me the room on the exit of that right-hander. He's got the advantage here. He's going to have DRS through this next straight, but really it's through Max and Beckett's. I need to make sure, again, a good exit. If I have the same exit I just had then, it's going to be a very, very tense end to the race. Although saying that, he's actually closing up right now. He's going to try and make a move down the inside, I wonder. I don't think so. It'll be a bit stupid to try and make one. Yes, he doesn't. I hold the line through towards Luffield now. Alright, come on. Good exit. That's an okay exit. Ricciardo's still going to close up a little bit. We've got half a lap to go. Come on. We can get second place here and make it a 1-2 for British drivers here. Right, better exit there, and Ricciardo is much further behind, one whole second behind us, so it's all good. I think we can relax a little bit. Ricciardo didn't have the best run through Max Beckett's, nor did he off the old corner cop. So we're coming through now the chicane. Lewis Hamilton wins the British Grand Prix. Fair play. Well, we come home for second place, and that is an amazing second place considering Raikkonen is out of this race as well as Vettel. So very, very bad luck for Ferrari. I sort of feel actually sorry for them in a way, just because they've lost so many points over the course of the season so far due to so many retirements like that. That weren't even their fault, but we've got second place there. Look at us up there. Second place, awesome. I think that's our 5th podium of the season or something like that. Don't quite know, but awesome, awesome to see. So here's the results, and Kimi Raikkonen did not actually go out of the Grand Prix. I thought he was out of it because it said 18 runners got out of the finished that Grand Prix. So Raikkonen actually finished in 6th. Not too bad then. So that's not too bad for him. Hamilton is in 1st, I'm 2nd, and Ricciardo 3rd. So who went out then? I know Vettel did, but it was Stevens. Okay, so Raikkonen probably had a crash with Will Stevens then, and that's what happened there. So Raikkonen managed to come through then still with an extra pit stop, I'm guessing, for 6th place. But that's a really good second for us, and that's a good way to start off the second half of the season. We now really need to focus now. It's getting down to crunch time. We've only got a number of races left till the end of the season. Just need to focus now on really scoring good points, and hopefully the upgrades will also come later on for our car. So guys, before we round out the episode, as usual, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship and see how things have now panned out after that Grand Prix. You can see I'm still in first place with 145 points. Lewis Hamilton now is in second place with 115 after Raikkonen's poor performance there. In third place with 110. Button there, 101 points. So the top four within 100 points now, over 100 points I should say. And then Nico Rosberg there, 99 points, 1 point off 100. Vettel in sixth place there with 89 after obviously the retirement he had. I don't quite know still what that retirement issue was for, so we'll see in the next Grand Prix if that hinders him in any way. Ricciardo in 7th place and Kvyat in 8th place. So at the moment we've still got a good cushion, a 30-point cushion to Hamilton and Raikkonen there. A 35 cushion to Raikkonen, 30 points to Hamilton. But obviously we still haven't got an upgrade yet from McLaren. We're hopefully going to get one soon, but the other cars are all catching up. Mercedes and Ferrari both getting some really good engine boost powers over the last few races. So, we've got that cushion at the moment, but we sort of need it almost. Like I've said time and time again, this season is a lot like the 2009 season in real life almost, I liken it to. The fact that we started off with a very quick car, but seemingly now the rest of the pack are starting to close up, but crucially, we're still getting consistent points. Second place again today was very, very good for us and very consistent. And in the Constructors, that meant that we're still in first place with 246 points for McLaren. So again, Woking will be very, very happy, especially here for the British Grand Prix, to see our car in second place there. Mercedes now in second place with 214 points, Ferrari 199, and Red Bull Racing a bit behind with 144. So looks like for the Constructors, it's a bit of a fight between Mercedes and McLaren. Ferrari, not too far behind. They could pull that back with a few 1-2s here and there over the course of the next few races. Obviously, we're on episode 9, and we've only got 14 races in this entire season. So that is 5 races left in this season. So a crucial 5 races. I hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of the season. If you have enjoyed this episode, then smash that like button. Absolutely awesome. We could try and get over 1,000 likes on this episode, guys. The support always is amazing on these MyDrivers. I say it time and time again. Also, since we've been starting the 2016 mod, lots of you guys keep asking when these are coming out. They come out every single Monday, apart from when there's a 2016 mod career. Then it takes a break and skips on to the next week. So it's great to see enthusiasm for this series still, and we've got five episodes left. It's going to be absolutely awesome, and hopefully a great end to this season. I've been Aarava. Hope you enjoyed today. If you're new around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. Let me know what you thought of the episode in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.